Yeah, this is a great match. Rhea dominated as she should. This kind of reminded me why I like Rhea Ripley so much. And Ransom gets 8.5 and Logic to 7. So
these guys beat the fucking crap out of each other. My God. I watched this match twice. One of the times I had to take notes for this match. There was just so...
Lost the North American Championship before challenging for the NXT Championship, because that's the way logic works.
Tony Khan said himself, who cares about the rules?
We care about the fucking rules because this is Life's Opening Radio Road Break. This is all about rules.
Yeah.
Life's Opening Radio Road Break. Hey guys, Kgabo here, and today we're back with another episode of Life's Opening Radio Road Break. And today, we're gonna review New Japan Lonestar Shootout. But before that, we're gonna talk about some stuff. Apparently, CM Punk is rumored to be the fifth man in one of the teams at WarGames. I'm not exactly sure which ones. Sorry. I'll do that. He's rumored to be one of the last members of, I think, Seth Rollins' team or something like that. And a lot of people are expecting him to make his appearance in some kind of way. Otherwise, the All-State Arena or wherever they're having this pay-per-view is gonna go up in flames. As much as I don't really want to see him, I'm not very much hopeful for what he brings to the table in the WWE, because there are people, as Ben mentioned once upon a time, that need more of a spotlight than CM Punk does. How do we know that he's not gonna cause drama again? I don't know what's happening with my hair. What the fuck is going on with my hair? It's not supposed to be like that. But whatever. Here's my good friend Ben, who's going to introduce himself and give his thoughts on this story.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Ben Charles, and this is Life's Own Radio Road Break. I hope you guys are enjoying this episode so far. As Kgabo mentioned, the rumors going on about CM Punk going to Survivor Series and WarGames. I wouldn't be excited though if CM Punk was in WarGames though. That really wouldn't make me watch the show or watch Monday Night Raw once again, because first of all, number one, Monday Night Raw has been unwatchable the last couple of weeks. What the hell am I watching for Monday Night Raw? What the hell am I watching? I'm seeing the same people every week. We got Judgment Day running around like a bunch of fucking buffoons, number one. I'm already dropping an F-bomb. I already have a mini cold, for God's sakes. I'm sniffing like a goddamn Puffs commercial or some shit. I don't know. Monday Night Raw has been horrendously bad last couple of weeks. What the hell have I been watching? We got Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso with all this yeet stuff. Bro, this is not 2017, bro. This is not 2017. And that word has not been cool since then, and it is not cool now. This Jey Uso singles run is already a failure. A failure. It's been 2 months, guys. 2 months. Failure. But, anyway, CM Punk coming back to WarGames. I wouldn't be excited too much, but I would say this, though. if Punk does come back, because they have been teasing CM Punk, you know, the whole best in the world stuff and stuff like that. The fact of the matter is, like, where do we go with CM Punk in WWE? Like, he can't fight for Roman Reigns' title. And if he is going to fight Seth for the World Championship, that would make sense. That would be cool, but I mean, it wouldn't make sense. Plus, Seth would have to go over on CM Punk. So where do we go with CM Punk after that? Because they're already, like they already have Cody and Roman set in stone for WrestleMania, which I'm not excited about. And I don't think a lot of people are excited about at all. But the fact of the matter is this. If CM Punk does come back, great. Great for CM Punk. Other than that, I genuinely don't care at the end of the day, because it doesn't really lead to anything. Because Seth is not losing that belt. Damian Priest is already looking like a goddamn fool with that Money in the Bank briefcase he has. And I like Damian Priest. I love Damian Priest's character. I love him as a person. But at the end of the day, his booking has been atrocious last couple of months now. What are we doing with Damian Priest? And why can't he just cash it in? Because he's always got to have somebody interfering. Oh, it's Sami Zayn interfering. Oh, who's next? Let's throw in Drew McIntyre. Oh, who's next? Let's throw in the world champion Seth Rollins. Let's throw in Cody Rhodes. Let's throw in Kevin Owens, for fuck's sakes. What are we doing with Damian Priest with the Money in the Bank briefcase? And there's a reason why Monday Night Raw's been fucking atrocious last couple of weeks. I can't watch Monday Night Raw. Atrocious television.
And now apparently NXT is gonna move to the CW in 2024, which is next year, and the CW is an American TV station. For those of y'all that don't know, and yeah, that's good for them, I guess. I hope they find success there. I don't know, maybe that's gonna change the booking really. But whatever. Yeah, that's good for them. And speaking of the CW, oh man, what the hell is this? So they had a pay-per-view called Samhain, which I guess is a celebratory pay-per-view for Halloween. And then this guy, his name is James Mitchell. Let that sink in, guys. And I know that's another goofy name for Ben to take down. Oh man, like James Mitchell, that's such a generic name for wrestler. Like, apparently he's this pimp-like dude. I don't know what his character is. He looks like a goof anyway. So what he did is he had all these women standing around him, and they were all in the crowd. Then they panned to the crowd where he was sitting, and then he was snorting some kind of white powdery substance, which a lot of people assumed it was cocaine. And the exec said the CW got mad and like, what the hell is this? Why is there cocaine on national television? And I don't blame them for doing that, because that's absolutely disgusting. Like, we should not be having drug references on wrestling, or at least on TV. I'm sure they've done many drug references before, but yeah, like not on national television, man. Like, man, that's so dumb. But anyway, here's Ben with his thoughts on NXT and this Coke spot.
All right, I'm gonna knock this out in pretty much one setting, or just in one swoop. Thoughts on NXT going to the CW. NXT on the CW, I don't mind this at all. At least the CW is going to get exposure, and at least NXT is going to be alright under the CW. For those of you who don't know, the CW is a network, and apparently Warner has a stake in the CW, and Paramount also has a stake in the CW as well. And then most of the stake for the CW goes to this media group called Nexstar. And I'm sure Nexstar is very appreciative of NXT being on the CW, and hopefully things work out, and I'll just see where it goes. Now, will I watch NXT? Obviously, not a lot though. I'm not going to watch NXT a lot, but you know, it is what it is. You know, life goes on. James Mitchell with that cocaine thing. Excuse me. That James Mitchell cocaine thing didn't need to happen. It was obviously an attention grabber, and like, I mean, clearly, you know, a lot of people were upset about it and stuff like that. I mean, it was unnecessary. It didn't need to be exactly cocaine, though. You know, it is what it is. Like, I'm surprised James Mitchell hasn't been fired yet. I'll just be honest with y'all. You know, it's just a shame, though. But yeah, ain't nobody need to do all that shit. Nobody need to do that.
And then apparently Randy Orton also might be coming to Survivor Series, and yeah, I look forward to that. I hope he does come to Survivor Series, even if CM Punk doesn't appear there, even if just Randy Orton appears there, I'll be happy enough. Because yeah, we've missed him for so long. Like he's been gone. He hasn't wrestled a single match this year, if I'm correct. Like that, and that's crazy. Like, it's not been the WWE hasn't been the same without him. So yeah, I really want him to come back. And yeah, here's Ben with his thoughts on this rumor.
Randy Orton rumors to Survivor Series. I'll believe him when I see it, because a lot of people want Randy Orton to be in WarGames when Randy Orton is coming off spinal fusion surgery that has taken like a year and a half of his career away from professional wrestling. They really want this man to be in WarGames. This man is coming off a spinal fusion surgery, which hurt like a motherfucker for Randy Orton, so I don't see this happening, but I wouldn't mind it either. But again, Randy Orton can't be a babyface for long, right? Unless he wants to be a babyface the whole time. I mean, that would be cool. I wouldn't have a problem with it, but, you know, I just don't want Randy Orton to be back heel again within the next, like, 4 to 5 months after. Like, if he's going to fight Cody Rhodes, I don't know. Like, he can't be a heel. I don't know. He just can't be a heel. Yeah. Excuse me. My voice is a little up and down right now, but hopefully we can get on with this entire New Japan review, because this was a very long show. Long show. But it was a good show, though. But it was very long for my taste. Like, too many matches on this show.
And then, speaking of returns, thank you, Ben, for that. Kairi Sane returned on Crown Jewel, which we skipped. And yeah, apparently she's in Damage Control now. That's great. You know, another one to add to that group, that already strong group. And then apparently now Asuka is also in Damage Control. I don't know if it's just for the WarGames match. I think when you build up a team like that and so close to Survivor Series, I almost said SummerSlam, it's obvious that it's going to be a WarGames team. But who are they going to go up against is the question. Damage Control. Are they going to fight like I can probably think of like Raquel Rodriguez, I don't know, Nia Jax, I don't know, man. Shayna Baszler, something like that. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe because yeah, it's good that Damage Control is building up their team. It's just who are they gonna fight? And Damage Control should not be losing anything until Survivor Series, because I don't know, they should maybe even win that match, because I don't know, even if they can build up a team quickly, I don't think that team would really deserve to win because I don't know if they're necessarily over. I mean, Rhea Ripley's still a heel, and I don't think she has any beef with Damage Control, so I'd probably have to do research on that. But yeah, that's great that Kairi Sane is back. I'm happy for her. Yeah, she wasn't really doing anything anyway since she was lost on New Japan. But yeah, this is great. And now we'll have Ben with his thoughts on this return.
Anyway, my thoughts on Kairi Sane and Logan Paul winning the U.S. title at Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel was so unimportant, we didn't even review Crown Jewel. It was that fucking unimportant. It was that bad. The best match on the show was the main event was Roman and LA Knight. That was it. That was it. And some people are going to say, why isn't Seth versus Drew best match of the night? Well, Seth and Drew, they had a decent little match, but I didn't expect them to have shenanigans surrounding the match with the Money in the Bank bullshit that I mentioned earlier on. So, in other words, it's not the best match of the night. Kairi Sane is back. Great for Kairi Sane. I'm glad Kairi Sane is back, but she's a heel now. She's about to be with Damage Control for the Women's WarGames match, and yeah, that's it'll be interesting. But like at the same time, like why is Kairi Sane a heel when y'all know goddamn well that Io Sky is not gonna be a heel? She's been trying to be a damn babyface the whole time. I don't get it. But, yeah. I'm glad Kairi Sane is back. And Logan Paul as U.S. champion, fuck off. Santos Escobar redeemed himself when he turned heel last week. But I will say this. He was a dumbass in this moment. And I love Santos Escobar as a person and as a man. And as a wrestler. Santos Escobar was a dumbass for like 5 to 10 seconds. Leaving those brass knuckles right there, he turned into like the biggest geek like ever in that moment. But he redeemed himself when he turned heel. So that canceled it out. But other than that, Logan Paul, get off TV. And please stay away from every WWE show possible. The next time really we should see you is the Royal Rumble when you defend the belt. That's it. We don't need to see you anywhere else. That's it.
And then, oh man, why did this need to happen? Whose idea was this? Logan Paul on Crown Jewel, he beat Rey Mysterio to become U.S. champion. And I'm like, why? Why? What did this guy do to get a title shot in the first place? Much less win the belt. Like, that's so asinine. I can't believe this. They better take that damn belt off him real soon. Because I'm not it's bad. Yeah. I think they should take it off of him by at least the Royal Rumble, if not WrestleMania. Latest WrestleMania, that belt needs to be off of him and on somebody. Because the U.S. title division isn't really good. Most of the guys on Raw, they go on SmackDown, whichever brand that belt is on. Like most of them go after the World Heavyweight title. The men's division they don't even go for any title on SmackDown. It's that bad and barren. Like that, they brought freaking Jey Uso from SmackDown and put him on Raw, and now that's one less. The most talent that we like are all on Raw, and yeah, that's just so stupid. Which is New Japan Pro Wrestling Lonestar Shootout, which took place on Friday, the 10th of November 2023 at the Curtis Caldwell Center in Dallas, Texas. Back in the United States, finally. Maybe not finally, but whatever. I accidentally watched this match. This is a pre-show match, and this is Matt Vandagriff versus Barrett Brown. By the way, this is my second time recording these first two videos at least, because when I recorded them first, I checked back and there was absolutely no audio at all. I'm like, what the hell? How the hell does that happen? Hopefully that problem doesn't persist again. It seems fine because I checked before I recorded the first video. Anyways, this is Matt Vandagriff versus Barrett Brown. Here's some more goofy name for you, Ben. And then one more, Walker Stewart. There's another goofy name for Ben. And then Vader Scott, who both of them were on commentary. Although his name is goofy, he wasn't that bad, Walker Stewart on commentary, and Vader Scott is very good on commentary from what I've heard of her. There are a lot of good women commentators. You know, Beth Phoenix was fantastic on NXT back in those days with Mauro Ranallo and Nigel McGuinness. Oh my gosh, like you had to have been there. Like, it's like a dream, NXT. You can't, looking back at it and comparing it to what we have now, it's hard to believe we had wrestling like that. That was fantastic, NXT of old. I'm glad to have been there for at least the last few months of its tenure, but whatever. Let's get back to New Japan now. They started the match. They had a 1-2 exchange. Barrett Brown threw Vandagriff onto the apron. Vandagriff did a shoulder ram. He missed a springboard move. They did ducking and dodging. Vandagriff charged at Barrett Brown in the corner, but there was nobody home. Vandagriff did a back elbow. He did a tiger feint kick, which is the first part of Rey Mysterio 619, where he goes around the ropes and then kicks a guy. He missed a moonsault, Vandagriff. He hit a second. After he missed the first one, I think he landed on his feet and then hit a second one, which actually landed, and that got a 2 count. Barrett Brown hit an enziguri. He did a suplex into the turnbuckle for a 2 count. He roughed up Vandagriff. He did a dragon suplex for a 2 count. Vandagriff reversed the suplex. They had a 1-2 exchange. Vandagriff did a buckle bomb. He did a spear for a 2 count. He missed a 450 splash. Barrett Brown did a drop kick. He hit the bitter buster, brain buster for a near fall, which is, I think, his finish. He slapped Vandagriff. Vandagriff did a hook kick, and then he hit his 450 splash for the win. This wasn't a bad match at all. This was actually quite decent. I gave Rassen a 7 and Logic a 7. And now here's Ben with his thoughts on this match.
All right, this was a pre-show match between Matt Vandagriff and Barrett Brown. The winner of the match would get a New Japan Strong Openweight Championship match. Matt Vandagriff looked pretty good in this match. I really thought he put on a pretty good match with Barrett Brown. Now, this match went, 5.5 minutes max? Like, this could have gotten a little bit more time, though. For a strong Survivor match, this could have gotten a little bit more time. But, it was what it was. It was a solid little opener. Matt Vandagriff, he wins the match with the 450. And Barrett Brown, he puts over the young talent. He's a New Japan Strong veteran. He ain't got nothing to lose necessarily. But, hey, he won. Hey, put him over. That's what you got to do. But Matt Vandagriff, he's impressive. I've seen a couple of his matches, but I'm not really familiar with Matt Vandagriff. I'm familiar with Barrett Brown now, because Barrett Brown wrestles a couple of times here in the state of Texas, and he's put on a couple of good matches with a couple of noticeable people. I won't mention him here for the sake of this podcast, but I will say this: he put over Matt Vandagriff, which is good, and Matt Vandagriff deserves it probably more than Barrett Brown does. So good match. I gave this match a 5.5. Logic probably a 2. And I'm being generous when I do that. But there you go. That was my rating for the match, and I thought this match was all right. Not much to write home about, but Matt Vandagriff is going to fight probably Eddie Kingston or somebody else down the line on New Japan Strong. No problem with me at all.
All right, and now when I watched that, I realized that was a pre-show, and I skipped the rest of it. And now the actual first match of this pay-per-view, a 6-man tag between Atlantis, Tiger Mask, and Mascara, Dorada, who looked great in this match. Physically, his body shape, oh man, he looks great. And apparently, I think they kind of got his age confused. One said he was 33, another one said he was 24. But for that age, whatever his age is, he looks great. It was that team versus Ultimo, Guerrero, Rocky Romero, and Hechicero. I didn't take notes for this match. I just watched it. I did take down some things that I may have liked, and some things that may have been a bit goofy. They had nice technical wrestling at the beginning. Rocky Romero's team got really good heat. They were like dissecting their opponents. Keeping a calm, smooth, slow pace. It wasn't too slow though. Controlling the match, dominating over the other team, and really getting heel heat on them. Something funny I noticed is that Atlantis wrestles like he just woke up or something. Or like he's tired, because this might have been like 8 or 9 p.m. He's maybe not so used to staying up so late. And then Hechicero did a very nice giant swing into a backbreaker, and that was freaking cool. Other than that, this was a decent match. I gave this wrestling 7.5 and Logic a 7. And now here's Ben with his full review of this match.
All right, everyone. Our first match for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Lonestar Shootout 2023. This happened on November the 10th, last Friday, pretty much. So this was outside of Dallas in Garland, and this was a pretty good match to open up the show. Mascara, Dorada, and Tiger Max 4, and Atlantis versus Ultimo, Guerrero, Rocky Romero, and Hechicero. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. This is a CMLL tag team match, 6-man tag. I will review this match in its entirety. I did not write a lot of shit down because, well, number one, there was a lot of interesting spots in this match. Number one, I didn't even care to write them down. So I just gonna go ahead and review the match. So right now, Atlantis and Ultimo Guerrero start off the match. They do some chain wrestling. Mascara Dorada tags in, and then Hechicero, he enters into the match. They counter a couple of moves here and there and stuff like that. Rocky Romero and Tiger Mask enters, but Ultimo Guerrero, he grabs Tiger Mask. The referees on this show was atrocious. New Japan's referees, they need to be, I don't know what's going on, but some of them need to be suspended, because holy crap, there was a lot of tag teams just jumping into the ring for no reason and just attacking the other guy. If you're going to be a referee, at least enforce the rules. Like, seriously, there's no reason for this. There's no reason for this. Anyway, Tiger Mask dives onto Rocky Romero. The heel team, Rocky Romero, works over Tiger Mask. Rocky Romero hits forever clotheslines. He has his clotheslines, so whatever. Tiger Mask comes back with the Tiger Driver for a near fall. Atlantis and Ultimo Guerrero tag back in. Ultimo Guerrero tags in. Atlantis and Ultimo Guerrero both tag in. Okay, I got that right. Atlantis hit a double arm drag onto Guerrero and Rocky Romero, and then he hit twirl-a-well backbreakers on all three men, Ultimo Guerrero, Rocky Romero, and Hechicero. Mascara Dorada hits a double jump plancha onto all three men. And then Dorada and Rocky Romero, they traded quicker reversals, and then they, once again, they cut him off. So Mascara Dorada, he gets beaten up for a bit by Rocky Romero and Ultimo Guerrero and all those guys. So Hechicero comes back. He hits a giant swing into a backbreaker over his knee, which was nice. I've never seen that before. That was great. Hechicero ties up Dorada for a near fall with a small package. Mascara Dorada gets a backslide for a near fall. And then he hits a crucifix driver for another near fall. And then Mascara Dorada wins the match with a shooting star press. This match went 14 minutes max. Solid little opening match here. But other than that, I didn't think this needed to open the show. I mean, I'm not saying Rocky Romero did not need to be on the show, but the opening match of this show, this could have been moved up. This could have been moved down the card a little bit. This could have been after the 8-man tag with the Bullet Club. This could have been after that. Other than that, I give this match probably 6.5. Logic, probably a 2. Best I can give. I'm being generous. Other than that, a solid opening match. I mean, not nothing to write about, but other than that, I thought this was pretty okay. Not bad, but it's not better than the other couple matches on this show. So I'll tell you that right now. But good match.
Oh man, why did this need to be on the show? Toru Yano versus Joey Janela, still employed, or newly employed now, but yeah. Why Joey Janela is on New Japan, I have no idea. I gave him a $200 fine just for being on this pay-per-view, and you guys on this podcast might not be familiar with Joey Janela, because I don't think we've ever reviewed a match of Joey Janela on this podcast, like ever, because I think already by the time we'd started 3 years ago, I think we weren't really seeing Joey Janela that often. I think he might have even been released from AEW, but when he was in AEW, man, he was get-off TV material. I never liked him. I never got why people were liking him. I just don't like him at all. It's really goofy. I don't like his style of wrestling at all. So I'm not gonna waste my time with this. I wrote some notes for this, but I'm not gonna do this. So I just straight up gave this match a 0 rating. 0, 0, 0, 0. Here's Ben with his thoughts on this match, if there are any.
Toru Yano versus Joey Janela in a no DQ match. My thoughts on this match. I thought this was okay. This didn't really need to be a no DQ match. I mean, I'm actually glad it was a no DQ match because, I mean, Toru Yano, he'll do it. Toru Yano is a lucky. His booking has come off as being like the luckiest man to wrestle in New Japan. Like every time he wrestles in the ring with somebody, something bad happens to the other guy and Toru Yano wins, or he outsmarts them and stuff like that. I don't mind that kind of stuff at all. But if we're going to have a no DQ match, at least have like Toru Yano become a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more angrier. Like we know Toru Yano's a very happy-go-lucky guy, but he needs some character progression in some of these matches because I cannot stand how, Toru Yano just has to wait for the other guy to fuck up on something and then he wins the match. What was the point of the whole match if Toru Yano was going to do that? I don't hate Toru Yano. I don't hate Toru Yano. I don't hate him. His gimmick is actually, a lot entertaining than probably half of the AEW rosters. Anyway, to be fair. But, yeah, Joey Janela just messed himself up in this match, and Toru Yano won. That's the best I can give for this match. This is a rare rating here on Live Summit Radio Road Break for a Toru Yano match. I'm going to have to give this a no rating, man. I'm sorry. I did not care about this match. I had no intrigue in this match. I didn't even know the reason why these men were fighting. What was the point of this match if Joey Janela was going to have a chair hit him in the face, and then Toru Yano hits a low blow, and then he rolls him up. Why would you roll up another dude in a no DQ match? Just pin him. Pin him, shoulders to the mat, 1, 2, 3. Not a damn roll up. I'm going to have to give this a no rating, bro. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. A rare rating for a Toru Yano match. I'm going to give this a no rating. Sorry. But, man, I just didn't really become interested in this match. I'm glad Toru Yano, Toru Yano, by the way, took like a good amount of punishment in this match, and then all of a sudden he wins with a roll up. What was the point of the match? No rating. Sorry. I love Toru Yano and I like Joey Janela as a wrestler, but man, this did not do it for me.
And yeah, thank you, Ben, for your thoughts on that match, if you even had any. And now we have Emily May, who actually reminds me of Spider-Man 2, Insomniac Spider-Man 2, which just came out. And in that game, they started up the Emily May Foundation, which is based off the Emily Osborne, Harry Osborne's mom, and Aunt May, who they both died in the previous game. And yeah, that game is a really good game, because I've been watching a long play of it on YouTube, and it's really good from what I'm seeing, and definitely makes me want to at least play the first one if and when I get a new PC that's good enough. I'll play that and Miles Morales, and hopefully someday soon enough they'll put Spider-Man 2 on Steam. Because I ain't buying a whole PS5. I think I might have already discussed this, but yeah. Anyways, Emily May interviewed TJP, who recently had a baby, which is very, very cool. Congratulations to TJP and his family. I hope that they have a good time raising that child, and that he can at least be there for that child, even though he may be on the road a lot, going to wrestling shows. And Emily May asked about Mystico. Apparently him and TJP have had interactions on like Power Struggle or Fighting Spirit Unleashed, which I didn't get to watch either of those pay-per-views. And he was basically saying people have misconceptions about this feud. It's not about disrespect, it's a personal kind of feud. And he says, if he asks me to shake hands, I'll shake his hand. If he looks me in the eyes, I'll look him back in the eyes. But if he asks me to kiss the ring, I'll bite the finger off and take the ring with me. Yep, that's what he said, basically. Not me. Mystico, he says, represents a crown jewel, no pun intended, that is CMLL. He compares Mystico to somebody, I couldn't hear who, and then he's also been compared to legends. He's got respect for Mystico, but unfortunately this is a personal kind of thing. And this was an okay promo. We'll just give it to Ben with his thoughts on this promo.
TJP cuts a backstage promo. He says that he's going to beat Mystico tonight, and he wants to get the United Empire back on track. And also TJP says basically that he has something to prove. TJP actually cut a pretty solid promo on this show. I really like TJP's mic skills, though. I like him as a wrestler, but like his mic skills are pretty good too. Like, TJP's great. It is what it is. I'm not mad about this United Empire not being on TV and stuff, but TJP is getting some spotlight. I just wish Jeff Cobb was on this goddamn show. Where the hell was Jeff Cobb on this show? Was Jeff Cobb hurt? I don't think Jeff Cobb is hurt. Last time I checked, he's not hurt. Wasn't he on Royal Quest 3 last time I checked? But all of a sudden Jeff Cobb is not on this show. Why?
Okay, thank you, Ben, for that. And now we're going to go to the next match, which was an 8-man tag team match between the Guerrillas of Destiny, or GOD, consisting of Tama Tonga, and Tangaloa, versus the Intergalactic Jets and the Intergalactic Jet Setters, consisting of KUSHIDA and Kevin Knight, versus Bullet Club, consisting of Chase Owens, Gabe Kidd, Alex Coughlin, and Clark Connors. And then Walker Stewart on commentary, I think he meant to say Kevin Knight was 26 years old, but he said he was 6 years old, and that was funny. Yeah, so in that case, he shouldn't even be in that ring, because all those other men would be committing child abuse in that case if he was 6 years old. And then he called Alex Coughlin's fallaway slam and SOS slam. That's fallaway slam to me, but I don't know, that may just be his special name for it. So yeah, Tonga made a mildly hot tag, so that was kind of nice. Chase Owens did a hammerlock clothesline. That looked pretty cool. That was quite what's that word? Creative, for lack of a better term. And then Tonga hit the gun stun on Chase Owens, and that was cool. Clark Connors counted Kevin's second. So what Kevin Knight did is he jumped off the second rope to do a crossbody on Clark Connors, but then in midair, Clark Connors speared him, and that was very cool. And yeah, overall it was just a decent match. I didn't take notes for it, but yeah, I gave it Rassen a 7 and Logic a 7. And now here's Ben with his full review of this match.
Bullet Club with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Clark Connors, and is it Clark Connors and Gabriel Kidd as tag team champs, or somebody else? We'll figure it out. Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin. No, wait, hold on. Is it Alex? No, it's not Alex Coughlin, right? Who the hell is tag team champion with Clark Connors? It doesn't matter. Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin, Gabriel Kidd, and Chase Owens, who are still employed, versus the Guerrillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, and the Jet Setters, Kushida and Kevin Knight. You guys know where the hell this is going. Kevin Knight got pinned, and Bullet Club is not losing to two tag teams who are pretty much just fighting the Bullet Club. I'm going to review this match, though. Chase Owens and Tonga Loa start the match. The referee quickly lost control. Whoever the fuck that referee is, he's getting an automatic fine right away. Jet Setters hit some double team offense on Chase Owens, who is still employed. Alex Coughlin enters. He does a butterfly lock on Kushida over his knee. He has a fallaway slam. Bullet Club Gold beat up Kushida for a bit. Gabriel Kidd has a brainbuster for a near fall, which I thought was cool. Tama Tonga makes the hot tag. He has some exploder suplexes on all four men. Then he trades forearms and chops with Gabriel Kidd. Tama Tonga hits a clothesline. Then he peeled off his vest for some apparent reason. He didn't need to do that. And then he hits an exploder suplex out of the corner on Gabriel Kidd once again. Clark Connors tags in. And then Kevin Knight, he tags in. He has a flying double clothesline on both Gabriel Kidd and Clark Connors, which was cool. Kevin Knight hits a stinger splash to both Alex Coughlin and Chase Owens in different quarters. Tama Tonga hits the gun stun on Chase Owens, but Knight hits a leaping DDT on Gabriel Kidd. And then a double Pele kick on Coughlin and hold on. Let me get this right. Alex Coughlin and somebody else took the kick. Oh, wait, never mind. Knight went for a double Pele kick. It got countered as Kevin Knight was leaving off the ropes. Clark Connors catches him with a spear, which I thought was cool. And then Clark Connors is his finisher, the no chaser for the 1-2-3. Bullet Club wins, no surprise here. I gave this match probably a 7. A 7, Logic probably a 1. I didn't care about this match logic-wise. I mean, this was just a normal 8-man tag that really should have been entirely a different match. But other than that, hey, I thought this was pretty good for what it was. Bullet Club Gold won. No surprise here. So, yeah. Kevin Knight got pinned, as always, and took the loss. Pretty normal 8-man tag for me. Other than that, this was fine. So,
this episode of Rope Break is interrupted to advertise Life's Open Radio certified bangers, a roller coaster of music consisting of drum and bass. Turn up. Indie pop. Pop and R&B. Soundtracks. Anything else that comes to Kgabo's mind, as well as world news and special guests. You can listen to Life's Opening Radio's certified bangers every Sunday afternoon on Spotify. Back to your regular scheduled programming.
Thank you, Ben, for that review. And now we're gonna get to another match which I did take notes for, and that is for the New Japan Strong Open Weight Tag Team Championships, which were defended by the GOD, again the champions, this time consisting of Hikuleo and El Fantasmo versus the West Coast Wrecking Crew, consisting of Jarrell Nelson, that's actually how it's pronounced, and Royce Isaacs. The GOD jumped West Coast Wrecking Crew before the bell, for which I gave them $100 fine each. Hikuleo did an assisted back body drop. He clotheslined the West Coast Wrecking Crew over the top rope. They had a fight at ringside. They got back in the ring. ELP roughed up Jarrell. Jarrell flapjacked ELP onto the second rope, and then Royce Isaacs took him from the second rope and did a much delayed vertical slam onto Hikuleo. And yeah, he held El Fantasmo up for 45 seconds, which is crazy. Before ELP got slammed, Jarrell did a dive on Hikuleo and then knocked him down. The West Coast Wrecking Crew and ELP got back into the ring. They got some heat on ELP. Jarrell made a tag. Royce did a delayed vertical suplex on El Fantasmo. Jarrell made a pin and got a 2 count. Royce Isaacs tagged back in. He was holding up ELP in the four-way slam position, and he was just, kind of squatting with him, doing reps with him, which maybe kind of sus, especially to Ben. But yeah, he did a gut wrench suplex, deadlift gut wrench suplex for a 2 count, did Royce Isaacs. for a 2 count. Jarrell made a blind tag. He got some more heat on El Phantasmo. Royce Isaacs tagged back in, and he got some more heat on El Phantasmo. Jarrell made a tag again, and he danced around, and then he did an assisted back rake. He scratched the back of El Phantasmo with both hands, not how I'm doing, because I'm holding my phone in the one hand. West Coast Raking Crew, they taunted. ELP made a comeback. Jarrell pulled Hikuleo off the apron as El Phantasmo tried to tag out. He pushed El Phantasmo back into West Coast Raking Crew's corner. Royce Isaac made a blind tag. El Phantasmo escaped a double team. Hikuleo made a cold tag. Unfortunately, Royce Isaacs didn't escape a choke slam from Hikuleo. Hikuleo hit a scoop slam for a 2 count. ELP tagged back in. And then Hikuleo did an assisted. I would have had ELP wait a couple of minutes, to recuperate a bit more after getting the shit kicked out of him by the West Coast Raking Crew. Hikuleo did an assisted overhead chop. He did an assisted knife edge chop. El Phantasmo did an assisted rack slam. I wasn't sure what to call it. He had him in the torture rack, spun him around, and then threw him down. And he pinned him and got a 2 count. He did Royce Isaacs reversed the sudden death super kick. Hikuleo escaped the fireman's carry, and then El Phantasmo accidentally super kicked sudden death super kicked Hikuleo. Royce Isaacs rolled up El Phantasmo for a 2 count. I think he should have rolled up Hikuleo if they wanted to win this match, because he's the one that got super kicked. But obviously they weren't gonna win this match, so yeah. Jarrell did a jumping knee on El Phantasmo. Royce did a German suplex with a bridge for a near fall. Jarrell made a tag. He did a pop-up powerbomb. He catapulted El Phantasmo into Royce Isaacs, who did a Death Valley driver onto Jarrell's knees. Royce Isaacs, I hope I said that. Jarrell went for the pin and got a 2 count. Royce Isaacs made a tag. Jarrell did a Meteora in the corner. Royce Isaacs did a backbreaker. The West Coast Wrecking Crew did a Dominator and neck breaker combo. It was kind of goofy when Jarrell tried to do the neck breaker. It didn't look quite impactful as he necessarily wanted to. Royce Isaacs did a pile driver. Jarrell did a nice elbow drop. Hikuleo got on the apron. Jarrell tried to stop him from breaking up the pin. Hikuleo kicked him into the ref, and then that broke the pin anyway. Hikuleo roughed up Royce Isaacs. He stopped Jarrell from hitting, I'm guessing, El Phantasmo with the belt. Royce Isaacs did a low blow. Jarrell did a belt shot, and then El Phantasmo escaped another belt shot. Jarrell hit Royce Isaacs with the belt accidentally, and then El Phantasmo hit sudden death on Jarrell, and then he pinned Royce Isaacs for a match, for the win. And yeah, this although this was a decent match, a good match, that was a waste of a belt shot, 2 of them. And then West Coast Wrecking Crew kind of looked like idiots coming out of this match, because they were like, we're the best goddamn tag team in this division, and we want those New Japan Strong Openweight tag team titles, and we're gonna beat the GOD at Lone Star Shootout. And then here they lost. This is their 3rd loss having challenged for these belts, and they look like idiots coming out of this match. And for that, I'm gonna give Wrestling a 7 and Logic a 5. Yeah, that was kind of some weird booking to say the least. And yeah, now here's Ben with his thoughts on this match.
Okay, my thoughts on the Guerrillas of Destiny. Hold on. Excuse me. Not the Guerrillas of Destiny. The Guerrillas of Density. That's what they're called. El Fantasma and Hechicero, the strong openweight tag team champions, versus the West Coast Wrecking Crew of Jorel Nelson and Royce Isaacs. Pretty decent tag team match. I didn't expect this match to go any farther than 15 minutes. I mean, this went 14 minutes. It was a good match. Royce Isaacs looks really good in the ring. Royce Isaacs is really good in the ring. I got to give this man props, bro. I got to give this man all kinds of credit. Royce Isaacs, underrated in New Japan. Heavily underrated. This man is so good. I like him. I really do like him. I just wish Royce Isaacs would get more tag team championship opportunities, though. I get it. He's strong. He's about to be strong openweight tag team champions. I get it. But hey, they're a good team. West Coast Record Crew's a good team. I got to give them credit. And then, El Fantasmo and Hechicero, they just did their thing, won the match. ELP won with his finisher called the Sudden Death. And there you go, everybody. Not much to write home about. I give this match a 6.5. Logic, probably a 4. Best I can give for this match. Lot of referee nonsense on this show. And no surprise here with some referee. There was a ref bump in this match as well, which was unnecessary. And I mean unnecessary. Y'all referees in New Japan, y'all gotta wake up. I don't know what y'all doing in New Japan. What are y'all doing? Y'all start about to get fined. Y'all about to start getting fined just for the stupidest of things. What are y'all doing? New Japan referees are on the same level right now as AEW referees. And I like 2 referees from AEW, and that's Mike Posey and Stephon Smith. And believe it or not, the reason why I like Stephon Smith because he's actually getting better, and he's actually trying to make sure things are good. No screw ups in the match. Stephon Smith is improving, and I'm glad. I've been harsh on Stephon Smith in the past, but today's a new day, and Stephon Smith is a great referee, for now, of course. But at the end of the day, I like him. Just, it is what it is. Anyway, I give this match for El Fantasma and Hechicero versus the West Coast Wrecking Crew. I give this match a 7. Logic, probably a 4. Did I say 6? Did I say 6 at first or 7? All right, yeah, I'll give it a 7.
All right, thank you, Ben, for your thoughts on that match. And now we're going to go to the next match, which was a special singles match between Mystico, formerly known as Sin Cara in WWE, versus TJP. TJP jumped Mystico before the bell, and for that, I'm going to give him a $200 fine. They fought at ringside. They got back in the ring. TJP was roughing up Mystico. Mystico did 2 arm drags. He did a handspring back elbow. He did a plancha. They fought at ringside. They got back in the ring. Mystico roughed up TJP. TJP reversed a Tiger Fame kick. And then he put in the tarantula. I think it was the tarantula. I'm not completely sure if that was that. And he did a drop toe hold. He worked on the left arm. He separated Mystico. He tried to separate Mystico's shoulder. That's what he's trying to do. Went for the pin, got a 2 count. He put in the Scorpion Deathlock, switched to the heel hook, and then he switched to the bow and arrow. And then Mystico got a rope break. He made a comeback. He did a dive. They laid down selling. They got back in the ring. Mystico did an enziguri on the apron. He did a swanton for a 2 count. They laid down selling for a little bit. Mystico did an enziguri in the corner. TJP hit a tornado DDT. Mystico swatted a Mamba Splash. They had a struggle at the turnbuckle. TJP slid under, and like if you watch Will Ospreay's matches, he puts the guy's head against the turnbuckle pad and then kicks him. That's what TJP did. Mystico super kicked him back. He did a moonsault. Where am I? But then TJP had his knees up. Mystico did a scoop slam for a 2 count. They laid down selling. TJP put in the flying octopus, and he laid down with it. He broke it up with a pin. I don't know why. Mystico did a second rope crossbody. He did a tilt-a-whirl into the Fujiwara armbar for the win, and I like that. That won in the match, and you know that was a solid match. I'm giving wrestling a 6.5 and Logic a 6. They didn't really sell stuff, so that's why Logic is a bit low. But yeah, this was decent. So now here's Ben with his thoughts on this match.
Our next match after that was Mystico versus TJP. I thought this was a good match. This was probably the 4th best match on this entire show. Like, I thought this match was great. Like, man, oh man, I loved it. I love this match. Like, I love this match and like the last 3 to 4 matches on this entire show. I thought this was the 4th best match on this entire show. I did not agree with TJP losing in this match. That is the only thing I did not agree with this match on. Like, TJP was literally doing everything. He was focusing on the arm of Mystico, and then all of a sudden, Mystico taps him out with a Fujiwara armbar. What? TJP's arm was not even focused on for like the rest of the match. I'm not making this up, everybody. The arm was not like focused on. It wasn't a part of the match. Like TJP's arm I'm referring to. It wasn't a part of the match. It wasn't a part of the entire story of the match. Like, he just tapped out. Why did TJP lose this match? TJP actually cut a pretty solid promo on this goddamn show, and now y'all have this man lose to Mystico on this show. Why? TJP was actually having a good match with Mystico. I can't let that slide, bro. I just can't let that slide. Number one, TJP was focusing on this man's arm for like most of the match, and then all of a sudden Mystico taps him out with a Fujiwara armbar. That don't make no goddamn sense. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Mystico was no-selling with the arm. I don't know what was going on. But Mystico beat TJP. Just off psychology alone in this match, Logic is getting a 3. Best I can give for this match. Wrestling-wise, this was a good match. I gave this match probably 6.5. Best I can give for this match. If I was being generous, I would give this a 7, but I'll give it a 6.5. So wrestling 6.5, Logic probably a 3. Best I can give it this match, because otherwise, I don't know why TJP lost this match. He did not need to lose this match. TJP, he just came back from the last pay-per-view, winning a match over there at Royal Quest 3 last time I checked? Didn't he win a match at Royal Quest 3? So I don't know what's going on with TJP with his booking in New Japan. I don't know. Good match though, but come on, man.
And now the next match. Thank you for that. Thank you for your thoughts on that, Ben. He's this way, not that way. He's this way. This was for the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. This was defended by Eddie Kingston, the champion, who is also the Ring of Honor World Champion. He's from AEW. He defended his belt against Satoshi Kojima, the legendary Japanese wrestler. They started the match. Obviously, people are very excited to see Eddie Kingston, because he's an AEW guy. People chanted, Eddie, Eddie. And they, for the first time in this pay-per-view, they locked up. Wow! And then Eddie Kingston got a rope break. Kojima did shoulder tackles to no effect. Eddie Kingston retreated to the ringside because he sold the shoulder because of Kojima's shoulder tackles, that kind of, strained him a bit. Eddie Kingston got back in the ring. He did 2 chops. Kojima countered the third one with a shoulder tackle. Eddie Kingston retreated to ringside again. And then they had a fight at ringside. They got back in the ring. Eddie Kingston went for the pin because I didn't write this down, but then Eddie Kingston shot Kojima into the barricade and got back in the ring. Eddie Kingston went for the pin and he got a 2 count. Eddie Kingston put in a headlock. Kojima got a rope break. Eddie Kingston did some kicks. He threw some chops and some punches in the corner. He sold the bad shoulder. Kojima did, machine gun chops. And then after a little bit, even Eddie Kingston was doing the machine gun chops. He did an exploder suplex. Kojima jumped onto the top turnbuckle. Eddie Kingston knocked him down onto the ring. He sold the shoulder. They fought at the apron. Kojima hit a flatliner on the apron. Commentators were calling it a DDT. I don't know, man. That looks like a flatliner to me. He got back in the ring. Kojima threw some strikes. Then he did a DDT again. According to them again. Eddie Kingston was still selling the shoulder. He did a half and half suplex, went for the pin, got a 2 count, put in some kind of submission, I don't know, some kind of headlock, trying to get the oxygen out of Kojima. Went for the pin. People are trying to Kojima. It reminds me of CM Punk going, Lariat! 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 Kojima! 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 Back at Forbidden Door if he didn't catch that. Eddie Kingston did a lariat to no effect. Kojima did a lariat, but he didn't, do like a conventional hard-hitting lariat. He kind of just stood still as he hit the lariat. He didn't fall over like normally you would see, but it still knocked Eddie Kingston down. He hit the Koji cutter for a 2 count. He removed the I can't do it because he removed the elbow pad. Eddie Kingston countered a lariat with 3 back fists. Kojima finally hit the lariat. He hit a brain buster. He went for the pin, but then Eddie Kingston got a rope break. Kojima teased a lariat. Eddie Kingston hit the lariat, and then he hit the Northern Lights bomb for the win. And this was a nice defense by Eddie Kingston. This is a decent match. No problem with this match, except maybe the machine gun chops, but actually I'm gonna, kind of stretch that out. My only problem with this match was what happened next, which was I'm about to tell you about. Oh man, they shake each other's hand, that's all good and stuff. Kojima leaves the place, and then of the Bullet Club, Gabe Kid, this dude ran in the ring and jumped Eddie Kingston. He grabbed a mic, he cut a promo. He basically wants a title shot. That's what he said. I'm not going to detail what he said. He mentioned a 16 December event, which is my birthday actually. But yeah, it was really goofy for Gabe Kidd to come and jump Eddie Kingston. He could have jumped Eddie Kingston on like a weekly TV. I don't know, maybe on Dynamite, because I don't watch AEW Dynamite in any case. But yeah, I don't think that was necessary. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give wrestling an 8 for this match, and I'm gonna give wrestling a 5 because of that, just because of that, afterbirth. And then Emily May interviewed Trent Beretta. Basically, what? Sorry. Here's Ben with his thoughts on this match.
Our next match after that was Eddie Kingston versus Satoshi Kojima for the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. This was a good match. I thought this match was great. Man, Eddie Kingston and Kojima beat the hell out of each other. This match was great. Now, was this the third best match on this entire show? No. But I will say this, however. This match was great. This match was really, really, really good. Really good, man. Eddie Kingston hit his 3 back fists. Kojima comes back with a fucking lariat. Kojima with a brain buster. And then Kingston hits a Northern Lights bomb. And then he hits 2 more back. So it took 5 back fists and 2 Northern Lights bombs to pin Satoshi Kojima. Are you serious? It took 5 back fists? So you mean to tell me Eddie Kingston's back fist is like not even effective? I know why Eddie Kingston does the back fist. I'm not criticizing Eddie Kingston as a wrestler. I think Eddie Kingston is a good wrestler. Good talker as well. But again, it's just the fact that it took 7 finishers to pin Satoshi Kojima. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Unnecessary. This was a good match, though. I like this match a lot more than the tag team match that we're going to talk about later on with the Blackpool Combat Club. That was better. This was better than that match. So, yeah. Other than that, I give this match a 7.5. Logic, I'll give it a 5 for this match. I thought this was a good match. Probably third best thing on the whole show. Maybe, maybe not. But other than that, this was a pretty good match. I like this match a lot more than I expected. So, good match. No complaints out of me. Eddie Kingston still your champion. No complaints out of me.
Emily May, thank Ben for that, by the way. Emily May interviewed Trent Beretta, who's an AEW guy as well. He basically said that he wants to, prove himself in New Japan, prove to Shingo Takagi what type of man he is, basically. I'm not going into detail what he said, because I don't really care that much about this promo, but yeah, Ben can give his thoughts on this promo.
Trent Beretta cut a backstage promo. He's in the main event of New Japan Lonestar Shootout. So he's going to fight Shingo Takagi for the Never Openweight Championship in the main event. He says he's going to take the belt off of Shingo Takagi. And also he mentioned he kind of mentioned the best friends a little bit in his promo. And let's just say, okay, we've kind of been a little bit harsh on Trent Beretta here on this podcast for like a couple of months now. And I'm not going to lie, I like Trent Beretta as a wrestler. As a person, I'm sure he's a great person. But man, I just don't like that tag team he's in with Best Friends and Orange Cassidy, all that shit. No. Get off television material. Hell no. I don't like him. I like Trent Beretta. That's it. I don't like Orange Cassidy or Chuck Taylor. I don't find any intrigue in what Orange Cassidy brings to the table. I don't care if Orange Cassidy had, a match of the year candidate. I don't care. Orange Cassidy's character, his gimmick is kind of stale, and it's not really resonating with people. Like it resonates with some people, but it doesn't really it doesn't mean like Orange Cassidy is going to win a championship, even though Orange Cassidy's international champion once again, because, well, they wanted to put it on Moxley, then Moxley got hurt. And then John Moxley's on this show. He's in Japan at Lone Star Shootout with Wheeler Yuta against the Bullet Club. So, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I really don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, Trent Beretta cut a good promo, and I'm not really going to say anything much about that.
And then here's another match which I did not take notes for. This is between Blackpool Combat Club. These guys are from AEW, consisting of John Moxley and John Moxley, the rightful AEW International Champion, and Wheeler Yuta versus the Bullet Club, consisting of David Finlay and Kenta. David Finlay, they mentioned he destroyed the US and UK belts on Power Struggle in a segment. I actually saw that. They're really mad about that, that he disrespected the belts like that. Bullet Club jumped Bullet Club before the match, not Bullet Club, Blackpool Combat Club before the match, and for that I gave each of them $300 fines. Yeah, that was not necessary at all. I'm gonna give some things that I liked, or like one thing that I liked. But not that this was a bad match. There just wasn't that much stuff noteworthy in this match. Finley hit a back break on Yuta, which was quite nice. But other than that, this is a serviceable match. Nothing crazy. Wrestling gets a 7 and Logic a 4. And now here's Ben with his full review of this match.
Blackpool Combat Club versus Bullet Club Gold. Jon Moxley and Wheeler Yuta versus the leader of the Bullet Club Gold. Whoa. Why am I mentioning Bullet Club Gold? Those fucking goons over there in AEW. Get the hell out of here. Wrong show. Bullet Club Gold, the leader of the real Bullet Club, David Finlay, and the former leader of Bullet Club, Kenta. So they're tag teaming in this match against Jon Moxley and Wheeler Yuta. Bullet Club Gold attacks Blackpool Combat Club. They brawl on the floor with David Finlay beating up Moxley. Bullet Club beat up Wheeler Yuta for a little bit. Kenta hits some kicks to the chest to Wheeler Yuta. Moxley tags in. He beats up Kenta. He chops and punches on Kenta. Then he actually bit his forehead, which did not need to happen. And then Jon Moxley has a pile driver on Kenta for a near fall. And then Moxley has some elbow strikes to the side of the head, which look nasty for, Kenta should not be taking elbows to the side of the face. That's too much. And then they traded kicks right to the thighs. And then Moxley, after a couple minutes, he locks in a Texas Cloverleaf. David Finlay jumps in the ring to break it up. Finlay then stops on Moxley, and he beats up Jon Moxley for a bit. David Finlay hits a backbreaker for a near fall to Jon Moxley. Moxley comes back with a clothesline. He tags in Wheeler Yuta. Yuta hits a top rope crossbody on David Finlay, and then he hits a German suplex for a near fall. David Finlay hits a backbreaker, and then a running dominator for a near fall. I've never seen that from David Finlay before. That was cool. Kenta goes for the pin early after a suplex of some kind. Kenta went for the pin. He argues with the referee, and then Kenta comes back with a DDT for a near fall, as David Finlay then distracted the referee, and this is the DDT on Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta hits a Olympic slam. We're gonna call it an Olympic slam on Kenta, and then Wheeler Yuta tags in Moxley. Kenta tags in David Finlay, so they trade forearms with each other. Jon Moxley has a back suplex on David Finlay, and then Finlay comes back with an exploder suplex, and then Moxley comes back with a mafia kick. They call it a mafia kick. What the hell's a mafia kick? I don't know what the hell's a mafia kick is. Moxley comes back with a super kick, kinda. And then David Finlay comes back with a spear onto Jon Moxley for a near fall. That was cool. Kenta hits a double foot stomp to Moxley's chest, pretty much the coup de grace for a near fall. Kenta goes for the go to sleep, but Moxley fights free. They trade punches once again. Moxley once again avoids the go to sleep, and he immediately hits the Death Rider DDT for the 1-2-3 on Kenta. So David Finlay, the leader of Bullet Club, loses again for the third pay-per-view in a row. What the hell was that? David Finlay lost for the third pay-per-view in a row, and then all of a sudden, we're led to believe now that we now must care about David Finlay and the Bullet Club. No, David Finlay just lost in his third pay-per-view in a goddamn row. Bro, what is going on with David Finlay? Why is he losing matches? What is going on? And by the way, this does not protect David Finlay. I don't care if Kenta took the loss here. This does not protect David Finlay from losing, because technically, David Finlay lost. He just never got pinned. What are we doing in New Japan? What is this booking? What is this? What the hell is that? Wrestling for this match, 6.5. Logic, 2. Unbelievable. Y'all had David Finlay lose on this goddamn show for no reason. Come on, man. My goodness. Get better with y'all booking, New Japan, for David Finlay. Please. Holy crap.
And now the next match, which I didn't take notes for either. I apologize for that voice crack. Thank you, Ben, for that, by the way. For the New Japan World Television Championship, Zack Sabre Jr., the champion, versus Mike Bailey. This dude, Mike Bailey, he cut a promo in his bedroom. And you're telling me this guy deserves a TV title shot? And during the match, this dude thought he did these speedball kicks, which is basically like a bicycle. Bro thought he was Liu Kang with those bicycle kicks. And then apparently on commentary they said Mike Bailey had 6 years of growth. The dude looks like he's apparently still has to grow. If that's growth, then he's still got a long way to go. Anyways, something I did like, Zack Sabre Jr. caught a handspring back elbow with a cross arm breaker, and that was nice. Yeah, that was very cool. That was crazy when I was like, oh, damn. And yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. was trolling Bailey with kicks. He was just like kicking, continuously kicking Bailey. Yeah, it was quite funny. But other than that, this was way too long. This dude did not deserve to go 15 minutes with Zack Sabre Jr., one of the top 10, if not top 5 wrestlers in the world. He did not deserve that. Like, you're telling me this guy went 15 minutes, instead of Jeff Cobb and so many others that are better, that are just as good, if not better, much better than Mike Bailey. This dude did not deserve to go freaking 15 minutes with Zack. I'm sorry, I just can't take this guy seriously. That's just my thoughts. I don't know about y'all or Ben for that matter. But yeah, wrestling is getting a 5.5 at best and Logic a 4. Yeah, here's Ben with his thoughts on this match with a full review of this match.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to listen to right now is probably one of the best New Japan matches on this entire show. This match was so good. Really, really, really good. I got notes on this match. This match was so good. I love this match. Best match on the whole show. For the New Japan World Television Championship, Zack Sabre Jr., the defending New Japan TV champion, versus Speedball Mike Bailey from Impact Wrestling. Impact. Oh man, why am I mentioning that program? Jesus Christ. Anyway, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Mike Bailey. This was the best thing on the whole show. I got notes for this right now. Mike Bailey charges at Zack Sabre Jr. at the bell. He hits some kicks, and then he hits speedball kicks to the thighs and the ribs of Zack Sabre Jr. And then he hits a triangle moonsault to the floor, which was awesome. And then back in the ring, Zack Sabre Jr. Grabs Mike Bailey's ankles, and then he snaps Bailey's neck, does the neck twist thing, and then Zack Sabre Jr. ties him up in a bow and arrow, which was cool. So we're already starting off great. Hey, Zack Sabre Jr. is a technical magician, man. What can I say about Zack Sabre Jr. that I haven't said already? Dude is the best technical wrestler outside of Bryan Danielson. What can I say? What can I say? This is great. This is great stuff right here, man. Zack Sabre Jr. snaps the left arm of Mike Bailey, and then he tries to get a cross arm breaker, but Mike Bailey fights through it, and then he reaches the ropes. Mike Bailey comes back with some chops. Zack Sabre Jr. comes back with European uppercuts before Mike Bailey comes back with a missile drop kick. Excuse me. Mike Bailey hits a series of kicks, and then he hits a running shooting star press for a near fall. Mike Bailey and Zack Sabre Jr. avoid each other's kicks and their big moves. Mike Bailey goes for a moonsault. Zack Sabre Jr. got his knees up, so their knees actually collided in midair. So there you go. I think it hurt both men, if anything. But yeah, Mike Bailey, Mike Bailey just, he tries for the high risk stuff right away, but Zack Sabre Jr., he doesn't play that kind of stuff. Zack Sabre Jr. hits a series of European uppercuts. He reminded me of Claudio Castagnoli with these goddamn European uppercuts because he was uppercutting Mike Bailey to death. Oh my goodness. And then Mike Bailey hits a super kick. Zack Sabre Jr. comes back with another super kick, and they both lay down selling. Zack Sabre Jr. stomps on the back of the thighs, and then he locks in a leg lock. I think it was a reverse figure 4 of some kind. And then he twisted Mike Bailey's ankle, but Mike Bailey reached the ropes. It was probably like a grapevine lock or whatever the fuck. Mike Bailey hits a moonsault knee drop to the chest on the apron, which looked awesome. And then they both lay down selling. Man, that moonsault knee drop to the chest of Zack Sabre Jr. that was awesome. That was a great move. I don't advocate for those kind of moves like that really in wrestling, but man, that was a great move. Bailey then hits a double jump corkscrew press, a plancha onto the floor to Zack Sabre Jr. And then back into the ring. Mike Bailey goes for a tornado kick. Zack Sabre Jr. counters. Bailey then hits the tornado kick after a couple of minutes. Bailey then hits his move, the Ultimo weapon, for a near fall. Zack Sabre Jr. hits a Michinoku driver for a near fall, and then they traded roll-ups, so it was roll-up mania for a couple of minutes. Zack Sabre Jr. comes back with a triangle choke after Mike Bailey hit the green tea plunge. And then Bailey hits another moonsault knee drop to the back, and then Zack Sabre Jr. with the triangle choke, and then he transitions into a double armbar while twisting Bailey's wrists and fingers, bending them backwards. And Mike Bailey gave up on that one. And he gave up before the 15-minute time limit. There was literally like 5 seconds left before the end of the match. And the match would have ended in a time limit draw if Mike Bailey did not tap out. So Mike Bailey was 5 seconds away from having a time limit draw with Zack Sabre Jr. Hey, that would have been better than nothing. But hey, this was a great match. Great match. Oh my goodness, this was an excellent match. Is this a match of the year candidate? No. But I will say this, match of the entire show right here. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Mike Bailey for the TV title. Go watch this match if you haven't. Please go watch this match. So good. Oh my goodness. I gave this match, I don't know if I should give this match a 9 or should I give this an 8.5. You know what? I got to give this an 8.5, man. Yeah, I'm going to give this an 8.5. Like, if I'm going to give a match of a potential match of the year candidate, like a 9, like it has to be like a longer match to me. Like, this could have went about 5 more minutes, to be honest with you. But hey, I thought this match was pretty good, man. These guys could have wrestled for a whole 30 minutes and I would have been impressed. I would have been really impressed. But other than that, man, great match. I give this match 8.5, logic, a 7. There you go. That's the best I can give for this match. Really good match on this show. Go watch this match, please, if you haven't. My goodness, I don't know if I should talk about this match anymore because this was so good, man. Oh my Lord. Anyway, that was my thoughts on that match, and that was the match right there. So, back to Kgabo.
Right, thank you, Ben, for that review. And yeah, now we're going to go to the next match, which was the semi-main event for the IWGP Women's Championship. Mayu Iwatani, the champion, versus Stephanie Vaquero. I've heard a lot of good things about Mayu Iwatani. She was high on the PWI 500 a couple times. So yeah, I guess this is good to see what all the hype about her is. And you know, she was pretty good in this match. Yeah, and we enjoyed watching Stephanie Vaquero at Resurgence. That was a good match that she had. And yeah, now we're seeing her again at Lone Star Shootout. They started the match and they locked up. Stephanie put in a hammerlock. Mayu Iwatani put in a side headlock. They got a rope break. They did ducking and dodging. They tried to pin each other. Mayu kicked Stephanie. Stephanie charged at Mayu in the corner, but nobody was home. Mayu did a drop kick. Stephanie pulled the hair. She did a super kick. She charged at Mayu Iwatani in the corner, but then Mayu kicked her away. Sorry, my computer crashed, as you can hear, as you may or may not hear. So yeah. And then Stephanie did a dragon screw, which was cool. Mayu escaped the fireman's carry. I wrote there's fire carry. That's why I said that. She tried to go for the pin, but then Stephanie stomps on the eye and she did a leg drop. Stephanie went for the pin, got a 2 count. And then she got some heat on Mayu. I think Stephanie Vaquer did some really good heel work. Probably the best of the show. She was getting really good heat on Mayu. Mayu did a Rana, Hurricane Rana. She drop kicked Stephanie out the ring. Stephanie countered a dive with an enziguri. She did a springboard crossbody with a 2 count. Mayu did a nice super kick. She did a snapdragon, and then Stephanie rolled to ringside. She did a dive. I think Mayu did. They got back in the ring. Shit. Yeah, this was Mayu that was doing this. They got back in the ring, and then Mayu did a frog splash for a 2 count. Stephanie caught a moonsault. She put her in a choke. Mayu got a rope break. Stephanie pulled her hair again because she kept pulling her hair in this match. And then she did a German with a release, which is actually really cool. She did a Meteora in the corner for a 2 count. Mayu did a forearm. She did a crucifix driver for a 2 count. She did a thrust kick, a buzzsaw kick for a near fall. She did a tombstone and then a moonsault for the win. And this is a pretty good match. They showed respect for each other. And I gave this Wrestling an 8 and Logic a 7. And now here's Ben with his thoughts on this match.
All right, our next match was for the IWGP Women's Championship. Mayu Iwatani versus Stephanie Vaquer. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Vaquer or Vaquer. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I don't mean to disrespect these 2 ladies right here or anything like that. I thought this match was also pretty good too. This was the second best match on the whole show. I really feel like a lot of people in the IWGP Women's Championship division are actually getting spotlight and stuff like that. I only wish that New Japan incorporates Stardom women into their division as well, because those women, oh my goodness, man, oh man, oh man, they can, yeah. But this was the second best match on this entire show. I thought this match was a damn good women's match for what it was. This could have went a little bit longer though, but I'm actually glad it didn't, because this match was really, really good. It went almost 12 minutes. So, hey, good match, man. Pretty good match. Mayu Iwatani won the match, and she is still your IWGP Women's Champion. She hit a tombstone pile driver, and then she hit like 4 moves in a row, and she beat Stephanie Vaquer here in this match. So she hit a crucifix driver, which was already filthy enough. Then she hit a buzzsaw kick. Shout out to Tajiri. Near fall. Tombstone pile driver. Then she hits a moonsault for the win. I'm like, how the hell can anybody can kick out of a tombstone pile driver and a moonsault at the same time? It's impossible. It's almost technically impossible. Hey, this was a good match. I love Mayu Iwatani now. I'm beginning to watch her matches a little bit. I like her as a wrestler. She's really good in the ring. I really like her as a wrestler. Like, I don't know what it is about her. Like, she comes off as like she's legit. Like, you know, she's really, really legit. I like her as a wrestler. She's great in the ring. I give this match I'm going to give this an 8. I'm going to give this an 8. And I'm going to give it wrestling an 8. Logic for this match, I'm going to have to give this a 5. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to have to give this a 5. Number one, I feel like Stephanie Vaquer could have got a little bit more offense in this match, though. But, hey, Mayu Iwatani proving why she's a good champion. But, hey, other than that, I thought this match was the second best match on the whole show. This was great. pretty good match for what it was. So there you go. Back to Kgabo.
Thank you, Ben, for your thoughts on that match. And now we're going to go into the main event of this pay-per-view. And that is for the Never Openweight Championship between Shingo Takagi, the champion, versus Trent Beretta, who's from AEW. They started the match. They locked up. Shingo did a drop toe hold. He put in a side headlock. He did a shoulder tackle. Put in a side headlock again. He went for the left arm. Trent did double knees and then kind of did like what Cameron Grimes finish. I forgot what it's called, but he did that. He did a chop in the corner. He went for the tornado DDT, but didn't hit it for some reason. I said on my notes that he forfeited, but I don't know, man. Trent hits a Hurricane Rana. He does a super kick, goes for the pin, but Shingo got a rope break. The two men exchange strikes. Shingo clotheslines Trent over the top rope. They fought at ringside. They got back in the ring. Shingo got some heat on Trent. He did a suplex for a 2 count. Did a standing elbow drop, put in the body scissors. He broke it with a bell clap. He did a senton, got more heat on Trent. Trent was on the apron. Shingo tried to shove him off, but then Trent hit a slingshot spear through the ropes. They laid down selling. Trent did a jumping elbow, and then he hit a tornado DDT, and then Shingo rolled to ringside to avoid getting pinned. Trent did a moonsault onto Shingo at ringside. He took a table, and I was like, ugh. And then apparently it had some kind of cable stuck to it. So they literally got staff to go and untangle it. And like, is this even legal? And yeah, he nailed Shingo with it because he couldn't get it off the cable, whatever that thing was. He got back in the ring with the table. He mounted it against the turnbuckle. He pushed down the ref. Isn't he supposed to be the babyface? Why did he push the ref down? That's stupid. And then he did a Death Valley driver through the table. He took the broken half of the table. He tried to hit him with the half of the table, but then he missed. And then Shingo took it and hit Trent with it and knocked him down. They had a fight at ringside. And I was like, who is the heel in this match? After that whole table thing and ref bump thing. Trent was busted open. He was bleeding like crazy in this match. They got back in the ring. Shingo went for the pin. Only got a 1 count. Shingo kicked the head, kind of to exaggerate the bleeding. I don't know. He tried to batter down Trent. And then Trent hit 2 Germans, which were nice. He went for the 3rd one, but then Shingo blocked it. And then Trent hit the half and half suplex. He did a psycho knee for a 2 count. Shingo did a backslide pin for a 2 count. He did a DDT and Trent sold the crap out of that DDT. They laid down selling. Shingo did a clothesline in the corner. Then he hit the gory bomb. Then he hit a deadlift wheelbarrow, and that looked like it hurt. At least to Trent, because he hit his head on the turnbuckle. Ow. That looks bad. They had a struggle at the turnbuckle. Shingo did an avalanche Death Valley driver for a near fall. He went for Last of the Dragon, all made in Japan. But then Trent counted with a victory roll for a 2 count. They laid down selling. They had a 1-2 exchange. Shingo did a sliding lariat for a 1 count. He did a lariat. He hit Made in Japan for a near fall. They laid down selling. Shingo was trying to bat it down Trent, but then Trent hit the Dude Buster for a near fall. They laid down selling. They had a kneeling 1-2 exchange. Trent hit a gotch pile driver for a near fall. They laid down selling. Both guys were dazed. Trent did a jumping knee. He went for the dude buster again, but then Shingo countered with a pile driver for a near fall. Trent missed an enziguri, and then Shingo did a sliding forearm. He did hammer and anvils. He put in a body scissors and a sleeper. Trent got a rope break. Shingo caught a slingshot spear. He did a draping clubbing blow, and then he hit Made in Japan for the win. This was a good match, although they laid down selling a bit too much. But other than that, I gave Wrestling an 8 and Logic a 7. They showed each other respect after the match. Shingo cut a promo after the thing, but I couldn't really hear him because the audio was bad, at least on my end. He called out his next challenger, and it's Tonga, who wanted a rematch, and then Shingo granted him and did him one better and decided to have it at Wrestle Kingdom. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that match. Wrestle Kingdom is looking stacked as hell. And yeah, now here's Ben with his thoughts on this match and his closing thoughts.
All right, everybody. The main event of New Japan Lonestar Shootout 2023 was the match between Shingo Takagi, the Never Openweight Champion, versus Trent Barretta, who is fighting Shingo Takagi for the Never Openweight Championship. I thought this match was pretty good. This was a pretty good main event. They went 25 minutes. Man, this was a pretty good main event, man. I'm not saying this was the best thing on the show. This was not the best thing on the show. First of all, Shingo Takagi hit a gory bomb, then he hit a German suplex into the corner pads, then a headbutt, then a pumping bomber, then a sliding clothesline, then the last of the dragon finishing move on Trent Barretta for a near fall. Shingo Takagi did all that just for Trent Barretta to kick out of that finishing move. Not a lot of people kick out of the last of the dragon finisher. Not a lot of people do that. But all of a sudden, Trent Barretta kicks out of it. Why? That should have been the finish of the match. That should have been the finish of the match. I don't know why Shingo Takagi hit 5 moves in a goddamn row and it still didn't even matter. What was that? That's exactly what he did, everybody. He hit a gory bomb, then a German suplex, headbutt, clothesline, 2 clotheslines, another clothesline, then the last of the dragon. He did all that just to Trent Barretta to kick out of that? That should have been the finish of the match. Other than that, this match was a pretty good match. I give this match probably 7.5. Logic probably a 5. Best I can give it this match. Shingo Takagi won with the last of the dragon finisher on Trent Barretta for the win. There you go. Trent Barretta loses once again. And there you go, everybody. That is your New Japan Pro Wrestling Lone Star Shootout 2023 review. I gave this match, once again, a 7.5. Logic, a 5 for the main event. I thought this was a pretty solid main event for what it was. It was a good match. Like move-wise, it was a good match, but story-wise, like, it kind of goes downhill a little bit. But at the end of the day, I thought this was a pretty good main event. And, if anything, a pretty solid to above average show for New Japan. There was too many matches for my liking here. Let me count how many matches there were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, not including the pre-show, 11, 12. 12 matches on this show. 2 of them involving the pre-show. We had 10 matches on the main show. 10 matches. Unnecessary. We did not need 2 matches on this show. I really would have eliminated the Toru Yano versus Joey Janela match off this show. Other than that, this was a pretty solid show. I gave this show entirely probably 7. Is this better than Royal Quest 3? Probably not. I don't think it is, but this was a good show either way. 7.5. Yeah, Logic, probably a 5 for this show. And then after the match, Shingo Takagi gets on the mat. He respects Trent Beretta. And Tama Tonga wants his rematch for Wrestle Kingdom 18 for the Never Openweight Championship. So they're setting that up quite nicely and stuff like that. So that is your review. And I'll head back to Kgabo to finish off with the rest of the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. And there you go.
All right, thank you, Ben, for that. And yeah, now we're gonna close it out. Overall, I give this pay-per-view Wrestling a 7, Logic a 7. Quite a decent pay-per-view. I personally wouldn't watch it again, but yeah, it was a decent pay-per-view. Yeah, but we will be back next week for Full Gear, and then the following week Survivor Series. So this is part 1 of our triple header, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, you can check out Certified Bangers. We recently had our episode 100 celebrations. If you haven't already listened to those, you can go and listen to that. You can even go and listen to the Mysteries of Life. Ben has recently released an episode which I'm still yet to listen to. As I'm recording this, I'll probably have listened to it by the time this comes out. And yeah, you can also check out the Musical Circle, even though that's going through a bit of turbulence right now. With Spotify and their copyright, stuff like that. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. But until then, on behalf of the main host of the Mysteries of Life, a recurring guest host on Lights Open Radio, and Certified Bangers, the assistant host of this podcast, Lights Open Radio Rope Break, and my good friend, also the main host of Lights Open Radio, the co-producer of Lights Open Radio, Certified Bangers, a temporary co-producer and guest host of this podcast, Lights Open Radio Rope Break, and also my good friend Joshua James Jenkins. I forgot to say Ben Charles, but I think you got what I was saying there. This is Kgabonator signing out.